everything comes to an end, except the Voyager mission. Well, you might think that because, after all, the identical twin probes have been flying through space for almost 50 years now. In the course of this, they have even ventured into the mysterious world of interstellar space. The fact that the most remote outposts of humanity are still operational today is mainly thanks to a strict power-saving plan implemented by NASA, which enables the ancient probes to remain active despite their dwindling energy supplies. However, the full Voyager truth is that the probes have repeatedly attracted attention with serious technical problems, and sometimes even send messages to Earth that leave researchers completely baffled. But what has really happened in the vast expanse of space? Have we finally received an answer to the golden records, or have Voyager 1 and 2 possibly even been hijacked by aliens? 1,297 billion miles. This is the incredible distance that now lies between Voyager 2 and the Sun, and it's only surpassed by that of another man-made object. In fact, Voyager 1 has already put 24.8 billion kilometers between itself and our source of warmth and life since its launch in September 1977. This is all the more astounding when we remember that the mission was not actually designed to set such impressive records. In truth, what ultimately became NASA's greatest success story initially only had the goal of examining the outer planets of the solar system, which were still largely unexplored at the time. The originally predicted lifespan of the probes was just 5 years. But after Voyager 1 and 2 had collected the first, and in some cases, unique images of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and gathered a wealth of valuable data, NASA decided to extend the mission and let the probe duo fly on into interstellar space. No sooner said than done. While Voyager 1 reached the outer regions of the solar system in 2012, its sister entered this mysterious cosmic world 6 years later. It's important to keep in mind that, as children of their time, the old probes are still at the level of 1970s technology. In plain language, this means that our everyday smartphones have a memory capacity that is 1,000,000 times greater than that of these dusty space pioneers. The scientific mission data is still stored on magnetic tapes with a storage capacity of just 536 bit, and the transmission rates of our modern mobile phone connections are almost 40,000 times higher than those of the Voyager probes. How the life of the Voyager probes is being extended. To say that Voyager 1 and 2 are technically robust despite everything would probably be an understatement. But to tell the whole truth, the spacecraft are now showing signs of weakness, and they are slowly but surely running out of juice. More specifically, the energy supply of their thermoelectric generators is running low, and 4 watts of power are lost every year. To keep the probes active for as long as possible despite this, NASA has been implementing strict power-saving measures for some time now. For example, all non-essential systems were deactivated years ago. A backup system followed in 2023, and a plasma sensor from Voyager 2 was turned off in 2024. Now, the renowned space agency has once again been forced to declare war on the growing energy shortage. Specifically, on February 25th, NASA shut down the cosmic ray subsystem on Voyager 1. This instrument is composed of 3 telescopes that capture the energy and flux density of high-energy protons from the Milky Way and the Sun. It was the data from this very instrument that told the experts in 2012 that Voyager 1 had crossed the heliosphere and thus left the protective magnetic bubble of our host star. Depending on when you read this, a comparable step will be, or has been, taken with Voyager 2, which will lose an active sensor for low-energy charged particles on March 24th. This instrument primarily analyzes the less energetic particles of cosmic radiation and the magnetosphere of the Sun and the Milky Way. But how many operational instruments will ultimately remain on board the probes? Well, it's becoming increasingly manageable. Of the original 10 instruments, only 3 remain on Voyager 1. The plasma wave subsystem, the magnetometer, the sensor for low-energy charged particles, scheduled to be shut down next year. Voyager 2 still has its magnetic field sensor, plasma wave instrument, cosmic ray subsystem, scheduled for deactivation in 2026. Unless something unexpected happens, these measures will allow the probes to remain operational into the 2030s, even if they will then probably only have one active instrument each. But according to experts, the old probes have long since fulfilled their duty anyway, and every bit of additional data is just another valuable bonus for space research. And who knows? On the one hand, Voyager project scientist Linda Spilker emphasizes that any day could be the last Voyager day, but on the other hand, it's possible that this very day will still hold a surprising interstellar discovery: the confusing messages from Voyager 1. It is now undisputed that the ancient probes are indeed capable of surprises. After all, a few years ago, Voyager 1 suddenly began sending some very strange signals to Earth, messages that experts simply couldn't make sense of. This immediately fueled wild alien speculation on the internet. Voyager 1 and 2 are not traveling alone. As is well known, both probes were equipped with the Voyager Golden Records before their launch. In other words, they carry data plates with image and audio information containing fundamental knowledge about Earth and its inhabitants. Designed by a team led by astronomer Carl Sagan, the decision to make contact with other civilizations was not met with universal approval. On the contrary, some researchers, like Stephen Hawking, warned that such messages could lead to our own destruction. After all, no one can say who will actually get their hands on the Voyager Golden Records, or rather, into their slippery alien tentacles. Should the worst happen, and assuming this is a technologically advanced but hostile species, wouldn't it be easy for them to use the information we provided to prepare an invasion? Who knows? But the bottom line is we have no choice but to hope that this is not the case. After all, the message has already been sent, and we must live with the unimaginable consequences. In line with this, a report made the rounds in 2022 that immediately set off alarm bells. Voyager 1 started sending a strange jumble of data to Earth, data that simply did not make sense. Had the probe been intercepted and reprogrammed by aggressive aliens? Was it now on its way back to Earth to deliver a catastrophic declaration of war? Or was the matter ultimately not as dramatic as feared? The real explanation. Even leaving intergalactic wars aside, it is extremely time-consuming to get in touch with the probes. Before a signal reaches Voyager 2, it takes almost 20 hours. For Voyager 1, it's 23 hours. In other words, almost 2 days pass before a message is sent and a reply is received. For communication to succeed at all, the main antenna of the spacecraft must always be precisely pointed at Earth. Only in this way is a two-way data transfer still possible. But what do you do when the previously groundbreaking and revealing data from interstellar space suddenly turns into nonsensical gibberish? NASA experts faced exactly this challenge. The cause? It wasn't aliens, it was a faulty computer. The Attitude and Articulation Control System, ACS, mistakenly tried to send telemetry data via a computer that had long since stopped working. As a result, the transmitted information arrived as unreadable gibberish. Why did the ACS send data to the wrong computer? That remains unclear. But in the end, NASA engineers fixed the problem, reconfigured the system, and restored normal data transmission. And now, you're welcome to click the subscribe button, just like NASA fixed Voyager. You can fix your day by ensuring you never miss another space update. Rocket